What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a Archeops Sweep. I really like Archeops. It's a really cool Pokemon, and it's got such a terrible ability. This whole video is going to be based around its terrible ability. I actually found a really interesting comment asking for a Pokemon sweep with Archeops, but I had to actually sweep with the Defeatist Ability activated. Now, I will explain in a second what that means. I will be streaming on Twitch TV tonight, people, PIMPNITE YT. I'm going fishing / crabbing soon, so hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully I don't get stuck out there and floating on a boat somewhere, but I should be back for stream. If not, I will be in an Xmas stream. If you want to follow me on Twitch, people, the link is in the description there. Thank you to all the people that followed so far and subscribed. Let's get into it. So we have Archeops. Looking at it quickly, we've got a mega attack stat, pretty decent special attack, and nice speed as well. I want to run a physical set on this one. Not that it really mattered much because Defeatist is a horrible ability, and I want to explain it. So, with the Defeatist ability, that's its only ability it can get. While this Pokemon, being Archeops, is half or less of its maximum health, its special attack and attack are halved. Now, pretty much what that means is, if you're not really sure the specifics of what that means, say we've got 400, say it's got 400 attack, right? And we're judging off its stat here. So say it's got 400 attack stat, right? If it gets into Defeatist ability range, so say if it loses half its health or is below half, that attack stat will come 200 as well. So that makes it definitely doesn't make it a scary Pokemon at all. It actually makes it like really light, so definitely the Pokemon will be able to live and take out the Archeops. It's not a threat pretty much once it's done. A lot of people like to get around it by putting like Citrus Berry on it, or just generally using this Pokemon to clean up at the end game so it won't take any damage, right? Now that also applies to special attack as well. So say, once again, if you've got the same, if you've got a special attack stat of 200, then you get halved, it'll be 100, right? So that was the difficult part of the sweep. I had to activate Defeatist and then I had to sweep this. That was the hard bit. I did have a couple of ideas on this team, but it was quite interesting, fun Pokemon to do. If you guys have any like really interesting strategies like this, or you want me to do something specific, please leave it below in the comments section, and I'd like to hear those as well. If you don't have anything like that, if you just want to see a Pokemon in general in action, leave it below too. We're trying to cover Pokemon we haven't done before, so if you want to check out that playlist, you can too. Okay, so starting things off with the Incy Wincy Spider. This really wasn't mandatory to leave with this. I just put Sticky Web down. Archeops is a fairly fast Pokemon. In this case, I was running Adamant Nature. That's why I was doing it. Most of the time when you're running Archeops, you run like, you usually run like Jolly or Adamant, right? So anyway, we got the Typhlosion finishing me off with the Hidden Power. I thought it might be Hidden Power Grass, but it's not. And now we're going to go into the Dunsparce. So Dunsparce actually has Glare on it. This was a Dunsparce from yesterday's full Dragon Moose team. If you haven't checked that one out already, you definitely should. Had some amazing battles there. And it's going to take me out with one Focus Miss. So I was like, dang, I really want to Glare that Typhlosion there, then swap in the Archeops and see if I could get my strategy going. However, to no avail. So now into my Smeagol. I've got Spore in this set. I'm just going to put it to sleep, then swap out and go into Archeops. I thought that I could get a swap against the Typhlosion anyway. Being Archeops has a pretty good type advantage against Typhlosion. And I kind of really wanted to make sure I got a swap here. That was my main focus. So putting the Typhlosion to sleep with my Smeagol. However, it's got a Lumberry, which is going to wake up straight away. And my Smeagol is going to go down. So I was like, okay, well, all those things failed. I've got no choice here. I'm just going to have to send in the big boy and hope for the best. Hope you guys enjoyed this strategy. I'll see you at the end of the video. Peace. Alright people, let's explain this strategy. Now, looking at Archeops with Defeatist Ability in effect, I thought, well, this is really bad because my stat is going to be horrible, right? So I need to actually boost that stat again. So I had Hone Claws on this one. I also had Stone Edge, right? So Hone Claws boosts accuracy, and Stone Edge it has a nice base power, and it also critical hits. And I thought I'll be able to use Fly in EMZ, right, with Tailwind. Now, what Fly in EMZ Tailwind does, not only does it do the normal effects of Tailwind, it actually boosts my critical hit ratio by 2 stages. So with that and with Stone Edge combined, I was at 100% critting ratio, and I was bypassing any stat drops and things like that. However, that did not mean that it ignored Defeatist. It just essentially gave me more damage output. I had 2 Hone Claws up as well, plus the crit. So that is how I got around the Defeatist ability. I just pretty much returned the stats that I already had. It was fairly easy. The only thing is I had to put myself into range of Defeatist with Substitute. So that was the risky part of this set. I could have easily done sweeps without putting myself into Defeatist. It's actually quite a probably good set. Steel types, bulky steel types, and things like that definitely got around me, and priority moves of course as well were a problem there. But that's pretty much the strategy and simple. I actually run Adamant Nature on this too, just for some more damage output, and I put the Sticky Web down the Archeops. That was pretty much the strategy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the stream if I come back from fishing in time. Peace.